In this video, we're going to review some common questions around general journal lines in Dynamics NAV. So we're going to go through batch and templates, document number, document type, several lines, GST, columns to display, application, reconciliation, and rounding. So first, which batch and template to use? Normally, cash receipts are meant to be used for money coming in and payment journals for cash going out, and all the other transactions are for general journals. However, if you try to post an entry that includes a bank on the general journal, it will still work. Let's have a look at the general ledger entries created, and the only significant difference is that the source code is going to be different. It is used in some GL reporting, but not a lot. There are two levels to set up the entries. So let's go to the general journal batches, and we see for the cash receipt only one record created, payment one record, and for the general journals 2 records. Okay, that's the first level, the templates. And the second level, batches. We have different batches. Some set it up per bank type and some per user. The important thing to understand is that only one person can access one level at the same time. So if we go on the general journals, first we need to click on to select the template and then select the batch, which is why I think I prefer not to set only one template. So what I recommend is one template only, and for each template just create one batch per user and create a different number series. What document number should be used? As I said before, I recommend creating a document number per batch. So one number series and one different document number. So here it's okay in the cash receipt, and as an example, in the payment journal, we have put the same document number for everyone. Let's see what happens. So we are the user A, and let's say we start processing an entry, and the phone rings, so we don't have the time to complete the entry. We leave it here, and in the meantime a user B is creating another entry. User B paused the transaction, and let's go back to user A. Now her or his phone conversation is finished, so the person wants to post it, and an error message come up saying no, you cannot use this number. What document type should I use? So if you do anything with banks, cash receipt or payment journals, we recommend to put either payment or refund in document type. The first reason is that there are some statistics that can be made with that field. And the second reason is that if you try to post an entry and you don't put the right sign, like here, positive debit with a payment for a customer is not possible, it's a refund, an error message come up. Okay, the second thing to bear in mind is if you create several lines, like this one to will receive the payment of from 2 customers. If we just indicate payment in one of the lines, we have an error message saying we are out of balance. Check posting date, document type, amount. So payment, document type should be the same for the same document number. We recommend not to use invoice and credit notes because they should be created as document. So at Match Business Solution we have removed it, like it is shown here. You cannot choose invoice or credit note. Can I enter several lines? In short, yes, we can. If we don't intend to post them all, it's a bit more tricky. So let's, for example, create 4 different lines. So you can see each time the line balances, a new document number is taken. Okay, and the 4th line. So if we were to post them all, no problem at all. If we want to post only the first one, we filter it, we post it, and that's still fine. Let's remove the filter. Okay, now what if we just want to post not the first one? In that case, we're getting an error message saying no, the number is not correct. So we need to change that and say this one, the last one should be the one I want to post. So we give it the first document number and we change the last one. So that's something after we copy the row to reorder it correctly. That's something you wouldn't want to use in case you put some application with vendors or customers. So here we can post the line that was the last one, that is not the first, and we have the last 2 ones that we can post as well. Should the VAT GST in Australia be automatically calculated? The normal scenario is that GST comes with either a purchase or a sales, so it should be only exceptional in the general journals. That's why we recommend not to tick that setup, and also to display the GST amount to make sure we see when it's calculated. So in that case we want to put some GST, and we need to fill the 3 columns: general posting type, GST business and posting group, and GST is calculated. What columns should I display? Ideally you would like to have what you need into one screen without scrolling too much, and all the important information, not to make any mistakes. That's why we recommend putting the currency, the GST informations, and if you use dimensions, put them as well. So to make room, we avoid putting any additional balancing GST, any application because we can use the apply entries. We don't put the debit and credit. Should we use the icon or the fields for the applications? So you could use basically both, but we simply recommend using the icon. So the icon on the field. Let's try it with a field. We can select. The limitation with a field is that we can select only one at a time, whereas with the icon we have a multiple selection. There is one case of where the icon creates a problem. It's very particular. So the typical one is when we use one sundry account. So we created a first line, applied it, and on the same document, same customer, so sundry. Now we want to apply two other lines. Okay. So we should have something around 2,700, and you can see the amount is not correct on the third one because we use for the same document number, same customer, we have two lines. So in that particular case, the apply to doc number is useful, but except that, I would recommend just using the icon and to remove the fields from the screen. Finally, what is the reconciliation icon for? So we have prepared a journal. Let's click on reconcile, and what you have is the net change in the journal and the balance after. You can so only on a few accounts, and to control that there is a tick box on the GL account card reconciliation account.